Hello, world. It's Tuesday, December the 17th, 2019. Present time now 7:08 p.m. And I've just come in following a walk with Paul. Salty. There you go. There you go. Salty. Mm. He's hungry. He needs to be fed. As for me, let's get rolling over here. And then we'll move on. La 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 la. There's something I need to do. I guess we show first. Show and then tell. Yeah? We'll talk through it. '17th. Man. Think. Ponder. Right, that looks good. What's all this noise? I just blanket to that. I don't really know. What's this noise? Okay, do that thing. Frickin' buttons in the computer and this. Okay, yeah. This first things first. Stray Cat 72 saying hi. Hi. How are you? 18th GMT throws things off. 17th. Let's look at yesterday. Wait. Yeah, yesterday. Right, I already counted that. Okay. What was that? I wish Paul could talk, says Jim Barnes. Sometimes I wish he could talk too. But then, at other times, I think he'd probably be pretty annoying if he could speak. Like, I just can't see him being. I don't know, maybe I underestimate the dog. Hit this thing, and then. Golly. No. Somebody smarter than myself would have taken away some of the tedium in this process. It might be possible. It's probably possible. My chatter. Yeah, he seems like a chatter. Sometimes he gets chatty. Oh, I think it's okay that he doesn't speak. All right, starting now. Can't do anything there. Breath. I'll figure out something. Because this is pretty annoying. Alright, that's as tight as that goes. Change blindness. This is a thing to look out for. Alright, I guess this is good enough. Okay. So first item of business. Which way is which? Top right. Over here. Okay. I need to fix this. Nothing crazy. Nothing drastic. You'll see. Shinichi, see what he's displaying his photos. Yeah, I mean, if it would be good for you to reconnect with your pal, I'd like to see more of his stuff. You can tell he puts time into it. Like I checked out that shot that you sent me. See, I guess I just don't trust myself enough yet as an editor to go through 300 pictures and then say, this one. Oh, I shared this one. I look at what I've got, and some of it I can say, oh, this is trash, and leave it at that. But that one photo you shared with me, Stray Cat, he described the process behind it a bit. Talked about lighting up the foreground using LED light panel, stacking to reduce noise on the sky, and it's a composite. Long exposure times and thing like that takes quite a bit of time to set up. You have to be very deliberate. Oops. Very cool to see. 12, let's say 12. I guess cross-referencing is going to be a bit of a bitch, but accept. So I need to do all that. It's actually fine here. There we go. Thank you, Ms. Mischievous. It was great to see you again. All right. Moving on. Okay, so I already queued this up. And there's quite a lot I'd like to do. It's quite a bit of old business. Let's take a look here. I think it's broken. It's broken. So we gotta fix it. Let's first try toggling, seeing if that works. I think that it's not working. I think I need to add this again. Yep. I think he farted. It smells really bad. Okay. Fragging dogs. All right. It works. Good. Odd. I think I broke something. Fucking technology. I thank you all, and welcome back. Something. I wonder if this is working right. I can't tell. Okay. All right. I think it's good. I think we're good now. All right. Said earlier, Paul needs to be fed, so I'll feed him. And knock out some old business. And then there's some new business. Old business. What's the most important? I think a little copy pasta. Some insurance claims. How big is this card? I had a card here, didn't I? Yes, it's right here. 8 gigabytes. I saw a photo the other day. 1 terabyte. It's really impressive. Really, really impressive. I imagine that's pretty expensive. But probably not all that bad either. I tend to buy the cheaper ones. But eventually we'll step things up. It's gonna put the money where it counts. Reinvest in the things that are working. Okay. Right, before I go feed Paul, one quick thing here. Oof. No luck. Yeah, that's drat. It sold for quite a bit more than I would have liked. I can keep an eye out for another one, I guess. Maybe people aren't. Oh well. The auction that I found earlier this morning ended. I was not the winner. It's okay. It'll be free. Right here. You're still at work. What a surprise. Is it okay to talk right now? Yeah, okay. So, super fast. When are you planning to leave town? Right, because you don't have, wait, you don't have your flight in this thing at all. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. All right, noted. Thank you. Oh, and also, yeah, when you get a chance, when you free up, I would like your feedback on my idea. I think it's a winner. I think it's a winner. Yeah, I'm serious because it's so niche, and at the same time, it's like, it's taboo, right? Yeah, think on it. Think on it. Seriously. Yeah, yeah, I'll talk to you more when you have some thoughts. Okay. All right. Bye bye. Have fun. Be safe. All right. Wait. You said afternoon? Interesting. Okay. Dude, that'd be awesome. I'd be really, then I'll just spend more time over there. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So again, afternoon, Sunday? Evening. Yeah, but not like after dinner, right? know? Oh, okay. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Be safe. Have fun. Bye bye. Cool. You're stupid. You're you're for nothing. You're hungry. You're hungry. What you doing? Right. On this I saw. Oh, okay. 我不过跟这个阿美打过电话，今日可能好像是个 no发机票的情况嘛，是礼拜年我过年回去嘛，没错，你礼拜可能会我去 you know cancel yeah 嗯嗯 yeah like I said oh really 嗯 uh-huh. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, there are definitely differences. Ah, I don't know. Maybe. Mm, but it's fixed. I guess. Gibraltar. So I think what they was it like when they poked with their fluid. Oh, take a tissue sample. Well, I think that's not too unusual. No. But I think that's not too unusual for them to do that. But and of course, when they have you in there, they want to go ahead and they want to be the ones to deliver at least get a test run. You know. All right. Well, I see. Okay, perfect. So you can use the dishwasher. Yeah, so you go shoot crates of think of it. There are people who don't have legs and then they're doing all this stuff. They don't have an arm. It's adaptation. I can't hear you. No, I can't. Yes. yes. Mm-hmm.應該就係我 feel 得似啲中會多，其實住幾個 itinerary 嘛 check。哦，OK，直接下進去了。Yeah, of course, it's fine. GT 中到不地寫刻到 Houston. Well, it's already done. It's getting the miles. It's your money. Okay, no, think of it this way. The Kinona. Yeah, exactly. It's part of you have to earn your keep, right? That's probably fine. Don't worry. Exactly. Exactly. Just relax. Mm-hmm. Mm. That's fine. It's fine. So no shit off. Okay. Yeah. I will. Okay. So. You hungry? You want food? You want food? Say yes. If you're hungry, say yes. I can't hear you. If you're hungry, say yes. Yeah. If you're hungry, say yes. Alright, cool. Let's get you fed. Let's get you situated here. Wow! Alright. I'm gonna fly blind for a bit. Not like anybody was trying to get my attention anyways. I'm gonna take my sweet time. Because of it. See? Scrolling. Scrolling to where I need to be. Just relax. Sit back. Relax. Ah, yes. Perfect. What do you say? Yeah, it's potent, huh? This is the container from which all tasty morsels originate. And this is the vessel. Paul, look at me. You're looking at the ball. Look at me. Hey, leave it. Good boy. Look at me. That's right. Leave it. You gotta trust me here. I'm not gonna drop it. Good boy. Okay, go take your food. Yeah, good boy. Just take your food. Nobody's gonna bug you. Oh, yeah, I see. You gotta protect your food. But you know, you're safe. Good boy. Good boy. I'm gonna brush him out too. I'm gonna brush you out, Paul. David, take your food. Take your food. Good boy. Finish your food? Did you? I'm gonna take a look. Better I finished it. If you didn't finish your food, I'll eat it. I'm here to take all your food. Hey, it's mine now. You left it, it's mine. It's empty. You finished everything. Good job, kid. Alright, I'm gonna drop it on you now. See the ball? I'm gonna drop it. It's gonna fall. You gotta get it off the way. Told you I was gonna drop it. Haha, you goofball. You just burped. You want a bully stick? Yeah. These are good. These are real good. Still like bully sticks, yeah? You like it? You want it? Want to take it? Yeah. Take it. Good boy. You can chew it if you want. Take it. Yeah. This can be yours. It's a beautiful bully stick. Okay. Right on the floor, huh? Well. Oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to brush him out. Let's bug him a little bit. Hey. Yeah. Oh, you're in bed. Just a quick brush. A slight grooming. Okay. Fix you up a little bit. I guess I need to get some stuff in my calendar. It's kind of unusual for me, but I think it's a good way to end the year. It's a very mature thing to do, right? Have stuff in one's calendar. Actually make plans. Look forward. Want a bully stick? Or aren't you chewing it? Yeah. I know you're protecting it, but you don't need to. You don't need to do all that. Okay, boy. Enjoy it. all good. Time to get to work. Aha. Toto is cute. Thank you, Ando. Stray cat. You spoil Paul, we spoil our cats. Good. It's the right thing to do, right? They're not people. They live relatively short lives compared to us. They look to us for everything, by and large. He's come over here with his bully stick. And he's laying down. Since he's here, I'm gonna go ahead and stand. Get that out of the way. Much better. So much better. Let's have the heat on. Yes. The heat's definitely kicking on. So I've had the thermostat set for, I want to say 69 degrees. The heat just turned off. I want to say 69 degrees. All right, 40s and humid. The humidity is what gets you when it's cold out. Oh, and I guess when it's hot out too. Wet heat, dry heat, wet cold, dry cold. Sleeping with earmuffs on? Wow. I used to sleep with a sleep mask. Block out the light. Thankfully, I don't have to do that in my own bedroom. It's a nice thing to have. You were about to mention 40 plus people. Are you sure? Of course I'm sure. What the fuck do you mean am I sure? It's time for a nice hot jacuzzi. Yeah. It's okay. Can't tell. 10 seconds. 11 seconds. Okay. Good. I don't actually want that. I want to hide this. Okay, that's how you do it. Okay. So now Paul's been fed insurance claims. I think that's what we hit. Or truthfully, insurance claims are just so boring. They're so dreadfully boring. And you hear, I don't know that I want to bore you with that. Not yet. Not right this moment. So I'm gonna do a little better than that. Instead of jumping straight to insurance claims, I'm gonna output some more photos from the park. Where you can admire park photos. And that will be a lot more rewarding, I think, than me just hang out while I fill out insurance claims. So let's get connected here. Come on, technology. Fucking technology. Work for me. Cooperate. Can't be found. Fuck you. Fuck technology. Why are you such a bitch? Technology. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. It hates me. Okay. It hates me and the mouse keeps getting lost. What's going on? You know what? There's something I want for Christmas, damn it. I know what I want for Christmas. I want a Thunderbolt hub. Because I don't think this USB-C hub I'm using is particularly good. It was cheap, it was the budget pick. Because that's how I tend to acquire stuff. By value. And sometimes, especially with technology, sometimes you chase value. You're not buying the high-end thing that everybody trusts. And you end up with this thing that kind of works. It more or less works. Sometimes you gotta hit it a little bit. And it's no fun. Oh, that's cool. Dynamic. Bzz, 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 bzz. Someone has joined my Discord server. That's another item. Old business, I guess. Is that old business? Does it count as old business? I don't even know. I don't know anymore. Where does that even fit? How do you differentiate old business and new business? Yeah, this thing's fucked. Oh, now it's okay. Now it looks okay, at least on the surface. Let's see if I can connect over to the server. That's really all I care about. I want my shit to work. Hi. Hi is not an introduction. Read the welcome channel. Hi is something we don't respond to. Except with hi. Hi, hi. Hey, hey. Hello, hello. What's up? How are you? Let's get this shit going. Oh yeah. Can I connect to the thing? Yeti, you alive? Of course. Always. I will never die. Okay, good here. Itanate. Oh, that was almost 5 minutes ago. Swastika. And Bush. Booyah, what the fuck? Come on, can we connect? I want to get these photos out. I want to share some pictures. Alright, good. Now we're connected. Left messages with Shin, he was slow to respond. Hey, it's all good. Hopefully you and Shin, you guys get an opportunity to catch up. How did you two meet? Curious. Always curious to know. Good photos. What's a nice picture worth? Oh, it's freaking out again. See, I'm actually really. The more I think about it, I ought to be terrified by the fact that this hub sometimes loses my mouse. Because if it's losing my mouse, my keyboard, that means it's. Yeah, I remember actually. I had my camera connected to it, and it would say, "Disk not ejected properly." That warning. That's a scary warning to get. You'd never want to see that. In the middle of a read or a write, you could lose a lot. Oh no, pretty balls. You can always exercise. Get it back. Oh, there's some beautiful pictures. I had some attempts at astrophotography. You may not know this, but Big Bend National Park, it's one of the few places in the country that's designated dark sky. You can see my very lousy attempts. Very poor focus on some of these. Some of them I should just throw out. Today is the 17th, yeah? It's the 17th. Okay, today I've got a lot of photos to push. There's some rejects that I need to just go ahead and discard. dark sky. Very, very low light pollution. Or no light pollution. Effectively no light pollution. Wow, there's... Oh, no, cancel. Oh my gosh, that was close. It's really this, these two. I want to see these two. Alright, that one's because it's out of focus. And this other one is because... what's up with this other one? Why is this reject out of focus compared to... Oh, and it's mostly the wall. Yeah, it's out of focus and framing shit. Exactly. Where you can take photos of the Milky Way. And I think, I know, Google's Pixel cameras, they had an astrophotography option. A mode that, there's some magic, a lot of machine learning magic out there. I don't think it's faking the sky. I'm not sure exactly how it works. Maybe Apple has something similar. Maybe not. Some of this stuff I actually, I remember I brought into, that's right, I brought it into Lightroom. Okay, let's take a look. Need some time to get the thumbnails together and do all of this, so you know what, I may as well actually do some insurance claims on the side. May as well. All the stars in the sky. Please try to find traffic lights. I wonder why it keeps asking me to do the reCAPTCHA. I really wonder. What are you going to do about that last laptop? Buy a new one. There's all the guy I did. I bought a new to me laptop. It's a 2019 MacBook Air base model. And I'm using that right now. The fan noise you hear, it drives me up the wall. It's a slightly faster machine, but I don't like the fans. And they got rid of the fanless model, the MacBook. I contemplated briefly getting another 2017 MacBook to replace the last one. But maybe I fell into the trap of just buying the newest tech instead of going with what I knew was something I really like. I value peace and quiet. And right now, I've got this noisy little thing. I think that, yeah, it's already Okay. Exit without answering. Patrol group. Clean up. Oh. Crime Watch program. I do not live in OB. Post about items. Okay, we'll try that. This one, Social Ocean Beach. Do you really need a MacBook? Was it cheap at least? It was cheaper than buying retail. I bought used. That's why, well, when I say new to me, it means it's a used item. So, I'm buying gently used electronics quite often when I need to upgrade. As for, do you really need a MacBook? You could get a Mac PC and max it out for 60K in the Mac Pro, right? And then get the 6K for another 6K. And I know it's some crazy numbers. But what does it buy you? They've got really elegant design. That new Mac Pro. I looked at it because people were back when it was announced. People were saying it looks like a cheese grater. But if you really look at it, at the guts, it's a really impressive machine. How many people are going to buy a fully spec'd out one? Adjusted for inflation, it's probably just as absurd as the next computer. It's also a talking point, right? Gets people talking. Spreads brand awareness. Recent asset recovery, social. I didn't turn off commenting. What the? Okay. Oh, now it's all good. Pending. I think that I requested access yesterday. That's fine. We'll accept that. Let's see if the other post got any attention. This was this one. It sucks. I had the reactions, but that got the admin's attention. Pretty balls for me. It's not about the just image quality or display. The displays are good. It's just having the integration when it works. When it works, it's great. All right, this one didn't go anywhere. Fuck. Well, at least the word's out. I can cross post here. Pretty balls. I have both a PC and an iMac desktop. You can take a photo from the PC, transfer it to my Mac. It's so much better on the iMac. I think this is a real apples and oranges comparison. There's quite a bit that goes into getting color accuracy. Part of it is your panel on your display. Can I format as list? I don't want to manually do all this. Why won't it just let me take the formatting too? Oh, there it goes. I don't know why it didn't work the first time. Should attach the photos. Zolo. Depends. It all depends. In fact, thank you for the reminder. I have to reach out to this individual. Gotta schedule some times. Job. Nice. Push. Okay, no, I'm not looking for this folder. I'm looking for my documents. I deleted it, did I? No, I didn't. I must not have. It's in the downloads. These two. In fact, I'm gonna. No, it's fine. It's fine. $4 a.m. here, so I have to sleep. You should get some rest. It's late. It's very late. 4 a.m. I'll be up for a while tonight. We'll see. Let's see how I feel. Goodies. Around the world. I guess it's time to file some claims. Credit card information, I don't know what. I guess before this, then I've got some other stuff to do. I need to get set up with my stuff again. I need to get everything set up. I guess it was this one. I think it was this one. I don't know his number. Going to file a claim? Yeah. Yeah, I've got a lot of claims to file. Gotta try to recover the monies. You know, before I go hat in hand. Saying, look, what was me? Need to get all this stuff again. I've got to do what I can. I've been avoiding this because it's soul sucking. All right. Speaking of soul sucking, there we go. Instead of going straight to that shit, this is a good question. If it's just me, then I shouldn't tag family. I'm gonna choose everything with my father in it first. That is my mother. Or no, hit everything with, yeah, my father first. He's so happy. I'll get rid of the rejects. I think we can get rid of the rejects. Hello. Thank you. And yes, from the San Diego trip. But I decided I'm gonna go get these photos up first. Because if I don't do the photos, then I'm just not gonna do them. I won't get around to doing them forever. That's so funny. So cool. Here we go. One. Oh man, get this updater off my way. 1, 2, 3, 4. This stuff, I wonder if there's a. I kind of wonder if there's a good way to attack these without. I'd like to get on one of those paid plans for the tools I use. Be a good thing to do. I can't tell if this is selected. That's. Fuck. I may have. Why? That's goofy looking. 60 selected. 65. 60. Okay, it's not selected. It's weird, some of them are stacked when they should be, and others aren't. Oh man, some of these, it's so hard to tell who's actually in the shot. Because the figure is so little. Just way off in the background. Too late, pretty balls. Go through little by little, we'll get them all. That's me, huh? That's me. Okay, that's me. I guess this was from the Fuji camera. Yeah, alright. I took that out there too. These are mostly landscapes. like my father and these two. Me and my father, but it's such a small, the figures are so small you can't even tell. So at that point it's like, it's tough, but I think I'm doing the right thing. Tagging them like this. It's so weird, my mother, like she was to me. Took 2 cameras so she could hold on to one. And shoot a bit. Instead of just using her iPhone. Get a zoom lens. Variable. Alright. Well, let's get all of these again. Da-da, da-da, da-da. A lot of bursts. That's me. Okay. That's me. And let's get my mother. I focused mostly on landscapes. She shot some of that. I wonder if all the ones from my phone are here too. I don't think, maybe I didn't take too many with my phone. That's possible. Okay. In 4 days, the days will start to get longer again. Nice. That's just around the corner, huh? I like that you know that. That you keep a tab on that. Or you committed it to memory. It just kind of catches up to me and it's like, oh yeah, it's days are shorter now. I wonder, I think that the timestamps are off on some of these. They've got to be. They've got to be off. I'll probably find that they're off by an hour on one of the cameras. Rockin' Cali. Since spring is 92 days. How do you guys keep up with this? It's kind of counting the days. I guess it's a good thing. Right? That definitely gives you something concrete to look forward to. When it comes around, I just, maybe I'll look at the calendar and go like, oh, today's the equinox. I guess I do very little forward looking around it. Yeah, when it gets dark super early, it is no fun. I agree. Right there with you. Man. Require some sleuthing skills, but imagine you could look at the shadows and then the date and decide which camera is right. Maybe. Oh, it's my father. I guess I can go around looking for the ones that slipped through the cracks later. No, let me just get tagged myself. Yeah, that's a burst. All day. Look at the file names. Only tobacco? Yeah. Oops. Uh-oh. I hit the wrong button. I think it's okay. I think it'll be okay. Only nicotine. I guess that's more accurate. Or like tobacco. You didn't have a joint. Yeah, I feel you. What happened? What happened that got you feeling like you needed it? Everything good? Is everything alright, Jim? Okay. These are... That is me. Some of them it's a little tough. I think I can get the ones that slip through cracks. Again, I can get those later. Paul, you goofball. You just burped hard. What are these sorted by file name? No wonder. No wonder. We should sort it. It should be sorted by capture time. It's possible everything's timestamped correctly. Oh, fuck. Your friend is dying from stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. Yeah. Probably be a good time to smoke a J with your friend. I guess that's why half the J, huh? That sucks. Known each other 50 years. That sucks. Sorry to learn that. Really. Cancer is a bitch. Cancer is a bitch. "50-year friendship too. And a Midori vodka tonic. Thanks. Well, Pretty Balls is here. Pretty Balls used to tend bar. Pretty Balls can take good care of you. On the drink, I imagined strong would be better. I'm count myself really fortunate. I haven't been around death so much. Hardly been around it. Good one. Midori is tasty, yes. When? Well, Pretty Balls is in San Francisco, so whenever's clever, I would think. It's on him. I can't really say here. He's available at this moment. People. Whoops. This is, I think, me. Men fancies with family. Yep. Got to. Must. Before it's too late. Because the day comes, sooner or later everybody dies. That's pretty important to reconcile with. Sooner or later, we all die. Liberosis, I don't really try steering things one direction or another. You know? Just kind of roll with whatever comes. And I think it's good. Because otherwise, living here and mostly just operating at home by myself, how often do you really feel something? You watch TV for the feeling, or movies, listen to music. Makes you feel one way or another. It's more interesting knowing what's going on in the lives of others sometimes. Like real life. Not movies, not TV. Fuck cancer. Fuck cancer, Jim. What was it, that guy? Got the Nobel. I want to say James Ellison. Or Jim Ellison. Could be wrong. They're doing good in the fight against cancer. We're all going to be living to be 100 before long, unless the drugs get us first. Drugs and car crashes and bullets. Or, We all die of heat or cold due to extreme weather. Fuck up the earth enough. Game over. What the hell? No keywords. There are keywords here. Filtered. That's really weird. Uh-oh. Watching ABC Xmas shows. Nice. Death wakes us up. Heart disease is the highest killer. Yeah, I watch some documentaries. I read a bit. Also, Christmas music is nice. Good for making people happy. Carols. They were talking about that on the radio just last night. Right, last night? Yesterday afternoon, I think. I didn't drive last night. I think this is almost perfect. That's me, okay. Me is people. This is me. Me is people. It's weird that the stack shows. That's really weird. Liberosis, you say you work in life insurance, and you just raised the average death age from 85 to 90. And it's going up. Definitely going up. As our therapies get better, we get better at treating illnesses. Especially cancer. Getting better, but you gotta catch it early. Good night, Jim. Rest well. Sorry again about your friend. Hopefully you get to spend some time with her. You know. Out of focus. Oh, because it's not the entire stack. What do I do? Click this button. Where's the plan? ATM. No wonder. Okay, that makes sense. I'm starting to understand. I gotta select stacks, open stack, edit, select all. No. How do I just select this entire stack? Shit. Click behind. I'm curious. Maybe I gotta open it. Yeah, I don't know. Should disappear now. There we go. Half that before 77, half that after 77. 25 is also a magic number. Oh, you finished the entire ballistic. Nice. You did the whole thing in one sitting. Where are your teeth? This one bothering you? You can brush your teeth tonight. That'd be good for you. I mean, you know, life insurance industry, it's all about that. Actuarial work, is that right? You gotta predict when people are gonna go. The more accurate your prediction, better. A lot of money on the line. Good cash flows. Me, our family, people. Alright, I'm starting to figure this out. I'll get a little better at this over time. Maybe I should make a note to myself right away. Bridge. Developing a photo editing workflow using Adobe Bridge, Lightroom, and Photoshop. This is something I started. Breaker panels, the trip. Oh, the trip. That'll be fun. We will revisit the trip. March 27th. That's something to look forward to. Maybe I start polishing a week ahead of time or something. Yeah, I need to start looking forward a bit. Right now, everything's very reactive. We need to move to a more proactive approach. All of these and all of I do this. That works. Expand from the rear. Really, this should be one massive stack, I think. Is people. Yeah, males lower, females higher. You. Ah, I see. I see. And yeah, men do tend to die younger. I remember seeing those images, like why men die younger than women. And these were usually little, like shared slide decks that were put together. Heteronormativity, that's a word. Guy like stopped on the train tracks, staring at a woman's ass. Like, oh yeah, that's why. Males with partners live longer. This is true. This is very true. Men with younger partners live longer than the ones at the same age or older. The loss of a partner is it's pretty big. It hits people very hard. Pair bonding. Achieving a stable pair bond that can keep you living longer. Also keep money going to the right place. Less liable to go off and spend it on stupid shit. Oh, okay, my father is in those shots. Me, my father, myself. He's in these two. You can hardly see it. We're so little against the scenery. But I'll still do this. I think I'm close to tagging it up. Close to finished here. But I lost a mouse again. I'm gonna put the hub on my wish list. Just in case. We may all die when the planet starts runaway heat inflation. Yep. Yep. You are correct. Or, you could just go with, yeah, this is probably normal. It's happened a whole bunch of times in the past. Who's to say what's going to happen for sure? That one, there are a lot of skeptics, but tends to be energy industry folks. I should say oil and gas. My roots. Oil and gas people. Oh, no. Maybe it's going to be okay. It's a very, very complicated system. It's not to say, like, okay, you have free license to go do whatever you want. Or you do. You do, don't get me wrong. You can do whatever you damn well please. It's like, how do you do things responsibly? Leave the world a better place. Look at Australia burning, says Liberos. Yeah. Pretty balls. Let's hope the thermostat kicks in. Another ice age. May happen. We'll see who's around. Who's still around when that time comes. I think pretty much everybody can agree eventually, yeah, you'll see another ice age. That'll happen. How we get there is, I think, the contentious part. And the exact timeline of events. Those are the contentious parts. That is me. Me is people. Okay, so the way I set this up is right. Because I can very quickly then filter out to say, just look at pictures of me, exclude my family, but look at, find people, find just me, and then everybody else. So it's the right thing to do for this. Me is people. Pretty balls. Back on the subject of climate change. They think that may have happened in Venus, where the ground temperature is 800 degrees. I'll be much closer to the sun. Ooh, space is the place. Space is the place. The title of that interstellar main theme is Our Destiny Lies Beyond the Stars. That's pretty cool. It's out there. Way the fuck out there. Pano 2. What's the difference between these two? Okay. This one's wider. But I am in both of these. I'm there. Oh, okay, no, okay. I'm doubled up on this one. I changed position slightly and then something happened. I got doubled up here. So that one's a reject. I can remake it. That's me. Me, people. Me, people. Alright, it's getting to a much tamer number. Is this thing frozen? Yeah, it was. That's my father. And is this fun? No, people. I like doing this. Kind of. It's a little boring. It's a pretty repetitive task. I don't mind it. Just cataloging. If I don't do it, who will though? Necessary. Write it out. Okay, good job. I don't know why I didn't write these out. Fucking technology. This is my faja. My faja. These have my faja. Have you been watching documentaries about the moon landing? No. Well, looking back to Earth, seeing the atmosphere as a thin blue coat was kind of humbling. They call it pale blue dot. I was thinking lately on physics. Oh, it's because okay, so not too long ago, there was this really fascinating segment on the radio. I'm talking with a female researcher. She and her team, they're working with really freezing cold conditions. Absolute zero. And observing what happened to light. So, what you and I were taught in grade school about absolute zero is, okay, temperature is a measure of the activity of molecules. They're moving around, and okay, that's what temperature is. The faster they move, the higher the temperature. So at absolute zero, that's when the molecules stop moving. But what happens to the speed of light at absolute zero? That was really interesting. Super interesting segment. Because in grade school, learn about general relativity, special relativity, Einstein, speed of light. C, it's a constant, right? But it's not. And that's just, it's a huge mindfuck. And then talking about string theory and space-time. Space-time was the general relativity thing. Ties it all together. Apparently that's been dead for a long time. With the strings, that's dead. Pretty wild. At least to me. Maybe you hear this and it's like, you know what? I knew that. That's boring. Who cares? I think that's positively fascinating. But that's just me. So, not by file name, but by date created. Well, let's see. Let's get a good look at what's left over here. We're not looking at the ones with no keywords. We can look at ones with no keywords and include just me, but... Or can I select the inverse of family? Because that would work. The 287 shots that are tagged family here. Can I select the inverse of a keyword? Craziness, Labrosa says. My friend is into M theory these days. M theory. I guess I need to look into that one. I got as far as strings and superstring. Oh, the multiple universe stacked on top of each other like layers. That's an interesting thing. The parallel universe. I was thinking a lot about that. I think about that a lot. Like when I get really, really high. It's infinite probabilities. And each little action, every little thing that you say and do, you can't ever tell at the start of doing something what the knock-on effects are going to be. It's hard to see, more than 1-2 steps ahead. And it leads into things like chaos theory. It's the plan at the moment. Patience, exclamation mark. I want to acquire some better capture equipment before I start filling requests. You ever see that little comic panel? It's some terrorists, training, and the instructor's got a suicide vest on. And the caption, pay very close attention, because I'm only going to do this once. I like that one. I think it's fucking hilarious. What if I say exclude? I'm confused. I need to understand what that does. Okay, well, what happened here? It doesn't change the filter on that side. It's confusing. I want to know what this toggle does. What is the effect? Bridge keyboard exclude. What's this? If the universe is constantly expanding, that's pretty bold. And what's on the other side of the leading edge? I think the answer to that one is nothing. Just nothing. But I don't know how it all fits in. Because modern physics is, like, it's. How to use keywords, removing keywords, nested hierarchical keywording. Exclude keywords possible to devise many more sophisticated keyword filtering options. Semantic scholar. Nested and hierarchical keywords. Create, batch create. You can create multiple on a single step. New keyword. Okay, that's cool. Find keywords. More keyword lists. Apply, exclude. You can add entire keyword branches to images with a single click. Keywords that are marked as excluded or ignored in this case. Okay, to apply a keyword in all of its parents, shift click. Okay. I'm gonna make that should be the default behavior, because I've been making 3 clicks when I could have been just making a single click. That's under keywords, under the preferences. I gotta set up my tools in order to actually work right and save my time. Double click, yeah, I want that. Should probably include that. Command click opens a loop when previewing or reviewing. I don't know about that one. Oh no, I think that. Why not? That sounds useful. This is just general stuff. Automatically apply parent keywords. Read hierarchical keywords. The limiter is going to be the pipe. That's fine. I like that. File type associations, export cache management, compact. Don't need advanced use software rendering, no. Monitor size previews. Oof. That sounds nice, actually. I tend to preview full screen. But it's okay. I don't need it all the time. Thumbnails. Show transparency, prefer thumbnail generation over preview creation. Yeah, why not? Loop unpreviewed. That's fine. UPF. Don't care about that. What's this? Not. I guess the future. I guess of the emptiness. That's sure. It's one way of looking at it. Just ahead of the present. Oh, speaking on this, like the whole parallel universes or multiple universes and what's ahead of this leading edge. The most recent Rick and Morty was pretty good. I just watched that yesterday. automatic deletion of media caches enabled. Cache cleaning occur once per week on application launch. Yeah, that's fine. 90 days, 3 months to work on stuff, that's fine. Plenty of time. I'd like to get my flow such that it's quick. It's very quick, but devising the workflow has been, it's taken quite a bit of time. Associated JPEGs, Perch cache, obsolete cache reference, whatever that means. Keep 100% previews in cache. Why not? Cache size. They should say that cache management. There was a good one here. It was media cache. And you can only select one or the other, staleness or the other thing. 100,000 objects. That's a lot of objects. That's a huge number. I wonder how many photos I have on my computer, or just like that I've taken since I've started taking photos. It's probably not 100,000. I don't think I've taken 100,000 pictures. I know the number's greater than 20,000, but 100 that's a lot. Okay, so I think that this, I understand how that works now. This exclude keywords thing, it's not what I'm looking for. Exclude keywords shown in brackets. Okay, so we're actually looking for the Adobe Bridge filter exclude keyword. Here we go, this one's solved. It's just feature request. It'd be nice to do this in one shot. What if I say minus family? That doesn't work. Because now I think I'm searching for file names. We're on an advanced search. File names, keywords contains, keywords it does not contain. That's it. Match if any criteria. That's it. That's not it either. Oh, okay, it's this. New search, keyword, because I put the minus sign in front. I fucked up. There we go. I think that's it. I manage it in one shot. So I should use Smart Collection, no. And let's go to advanced search. Look in, can't say current folder, huh? Oh, that's fine. I did fine. Cool. I think that's good. And then if I select today, or my stacks, it closes out all my stacks. All right, that's fine. Let me just take a look. Or before I go and take a look. Yeah, let me go take a look first. I haven't actually taken a real good look at these in a long time since I originally moved them. Oh, that's beautiful. That right there. And mist rising above the river. This one my father's in, but it's a reject. Nice. One shot. Fuck yeah. have to redo the search in order to filter out again, but that's fine. These can be combined into a pano. I already did that. I think these my mother shooting some bursts, playing around with framing. I'm inclined to reject some from the bursts because she shot a lot of bursts. Oh, that's my father right there. Nice shot. Mother and father, but that's a reject. Fine. And there are a lot that are pretty much identical. They may be stacked or something. Might want to get back with Lightroom. It would be good to have a subscription. A Creative Cloud subscription. That would be a very nice thing to have. It's something I threw onto my budget because I know I use this all the damn time. At the very least, the photography plan. It's such good software. I've been fucking around with Photoshop since I think CS2. Or maybe the original CS. Been ages. These are a lot of bursts. I can't really bring myself to get rid of them because I'm lazy. I might just push them out as is. Some of these could definitely be stacked. That would be that much more impressive. A good number of them. A lot of panoramas that can build out of here. But I'm gonna push it as is. I don't want to spend too much longer on this. Got those claims to make. No, actually, my advanced search, it's not what I wanted to do. Wrong. I was looking for this. Find not find family, advanced search, stupid. Keyword does not contain family. Oh. This thing froze on me again. $17th. So you're looking at total 560, but a lot of repeats. But because I'm lazy and I just don't want to, I don't want to go further into this. I'm just gonna push it. Maybe one more thing before I go and do all this. One more thing. I want to make sure everything's aligned right. It's probably off by, what's this, metadata? No, one's off by a couple minutes from the other. That's okay. That's okay. Close enough. Kung Fu Hustle, the legend, the myth is back. Legend? Myth? Where? Welcome back. Welcome back. I think these are all good. Let me see if this one got... no, it can't. Yeah, it's too... The distortion is probably too complex on this one. It's okay. No big. We'll just hit the auto button because I'm lazy as fuck. And let's output these. Push folder. 12. Landscapes. Yeah, this type of setting is fine, I think. Right? Is this what I was doing? No, I don't think this is what I was doing. I don't think this is what I was doing. Let me get down here first. Commit. Starting to devise a flow. Wow, it's already 9:21. Yeah, that's good. Starting to get it. There's still some pretty big stuff to figure out. Backup is huge. I'm still not where I want to be with backup. I've got some options. Cool lighting in the other room. Yeah. Yeah, it's easy on the eyes at night. We could, I'm pretty sure I can, there are apps and stuff to set it to react to music or what have you. That's good, right? This is quite red. Twilight, it's even darker. That's good. Relax. I like it too. Those bulbs used to be so expensive. The starter kits was like $50 a bulb. But now they're... How much are they right now? I don't know. I remember I knew a guy, and he was making good money. He changed pretty much all of his can lights over to these bulbs. It was really expensive back in the day. Now, if you want it's still actually the retail is still $50. But if you buy on Amazon, shop using YetiEater.com/Amazon, and you'll help me out. Right now it's $39. Oh, but wait, there's a newer model of the bulb. Oh, okay. I wonder what the difference is. The new model is $47. So there's still $50 bulbs. It's expensive. What bulbs are those? Computer's Probably gonna make some noise here. Says it's generating thumbnails and previews right now. Getting jealous there for a moment. I think it's decently fast. They're really... Oh, okay, it's because it's still doing this. I was about to say, I really didn't take that many photos. So far, going out on these excursions, I've never taken a tripod. Not even, except to the shooting range. I've taken one of those little tabletop ones. And I have the, like, selfie stick now. Kind of useful. Back when I was shooting sports, I thought it would be good to get a monopod. But I never did. Shot a pretty fair amount of football. Some basketball. Soccer. Whatever needed to be done. Oh, it's still going. And maybe I really didn't shoot very much at all. It's possible I only it's possible. Out of this set? That is possible. What's probably the case is that most of my captures had family members inside. I show only 78 that were taken with my camera on this day, 4 years ago. Match what I'm looking for. Not too much. So now there's some more detail work. Some stuff. Do I output the piano or do I output the individuals? Why not both? Why not both? I should not have pushed these changes to these snapshots. No. Relate. New snapshot. Test. Okay. Default. Test. That's how you do it. Okay. The more you know. Alright. I just learned something pretty valuable there. About developing. Okay. So these, we say export to custom export. Original file location constrained to fit longest edge to 1920 pixels. Export to a specific folder, that one. JPEG max. Include the original metadata, that's fine. And save this. Save as 1920 long edge JPEG max. Push. It's really descriptive. Start export. This is a much bigger push. Thomas W. Thomas, welcome back. Thank you. How are you feeling? How was rehab? Or are you rehabilitated? Don't mind me, I'm gonna stretch a little bit. This is gonna take a while. It's going to take a while. Maybe it would help if I do this. This will really help it. I want it to go faster. Come on, cooperate, technology. You raging piece of shit. Fuck you, technology. There we go, at last. Hopefully that helps. It should be faster. If the computer less to work on. They can multitask, but not. It's always best to focus. About 10% of the way through. Take a while. I'm getting around it. I'm always a little piece of shit. You know, given how intense this stuff is on the laptop, I'm gonna start using the workstation again. I'm address connected to a limited audience. Yes. Brandon, thank you. I'm back. I just don't like the fan noise. It bugs me. Am I alright? Doing better than I deserve, always. How are you? We're not even halfway through this batch. This was a big push. Woohoo! Picking up better early time. 50%. I'm ticked at how loud this thing is. I don't like hearing this constant white noise. What do we call it? This the rotating equipment. The fridge drives me nuts. Oh, beef. Let's we'll get back to it. I've hardly been using the rings. Just been taking it easy. Maybe too easy. And yeah, I suppose it is okay to take it easy sometimes. I feel like I quite often take it easy. Let me, let me do this. No, I'll be right back. Oh, it's lagging a bit. It's probably not yours. It's quite possible it's mine. Audio breaking up. Yep. Okay, it's going out. It's breaking up everywhere. It's probably because stuff is getting pushed. Can I cancel the sync right now? This is doubly a reason why I need to set this up on the other rig. Any improvement? It's possible no improvement. Hopefully it's a little better. I switched something on. Odd. Okay, I guess I'll have to say a little bit more. No visual, but the audio is a bit choppy. Fuck. I hate when technology fucks up. Let's try this. Quick test. Okay, so I have things set up the monitor here. I can hear it. It's definitely choppy. I take this down, bring it back up, and it's still. Okay. Why is it choppy? Is it choppy because of the fan? Or is it choppy because it's choppy because it's choppy? Fuck me. So, good thing. Be right back. The good news is it's still choppy. It's still choppy. But good news is that I can troubleshoot a little faster. There's less delay. What about now? Is everything okay now? No, it's still doing it. Okay. Try. Okay, so here's the good news. There's less fan noise now. It's still choppy, but hopefully it clears up. While it's choppy, I'm going to go ahead and just keep it choppy, just for a bit. I'm going to ignore the fact that it's choppy. Sorry. Sucks. Computer. So this computer, let's go over to push folder documents. Documents out to push directory, metadata here, and select all of this. Still choppy over. Yeah, it's totally choppy. Multiple values here. Oops. Select all. And null these out. Null. I'm trying to strip some metadata from these images, and I'm going to push them. And I expect things are going to continue to be choppy for a bit. But then after everything gets pushed, it'll probably clear up. So we're gonna race. Have a little race. Some of these didn't get, the keywords didn't get fully fleshed out, but that's okay, I don't care. Can I go ahead and null this out? No. What the fuck? It's like all. Now it's going to write metadata. Okay, it writes fast. Our writes going on. Okay. Should be clear now. I'm not chopped, just metadata. Okay. Cool. Now let's set up a race. Still chop, 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 chop. Yes, so chop. Fuck. I hate it when it does this. I feel like you need a punching bag at moments like this. What are you doing with metadata? Is it 12 frames per second? No. I'm working with stills. So, 0 or infinite. Yeah, 1 frame. Infinite frame. It's weird how do you describe that? But I'm working with stills. Here's my directory of images to push. I'm gonna try to race whatever finishes first. B? What? 78? That's what I thought. 560, 1.38 gigs. This essentially makes all sorts of noise. Whoa, that's a lot of files. This may take a while. Proceed carefully. Hopefully no issues. Add to the album. Big Bend National Park. Done. Oh no, I don't even want to upload these yet. I forgot something important. Remove. One more time. Filter. Only 56. Okay, I like this. Only 56. Edit. Batch rename. Rename. Is that search? Try one time. Okay. Success. Choose these. Select them all. Brandon. I have a Patreon. And I have an idea on what might be interesting for people. So as a whole, I don't like paywalls. I think paywalls are no fun. That being said, if I'm putting material out there, I also need to protect myself, my interests. I'm going to make some incentive, some more interesting incentive than currently exists to subscribe on Patreon. As far as content monetization, in a way, I monetize my presence. I do monetize. Alright, so we're racing. And it's not just direct cash receipts, payments. If you haven't, take a look at theeater.com/donate. You'll get an idea of what I'd like to do. How I prefer to monetize. You're receiving just gifts of money is great. It's probably going to be it is a really big part of just staying afloat. There's got to be more. I'm doing it. possible to find it. Look at it. No. That's not what I'm looking for. Yes. Brandon, I totally understand. I totally understand. So the reason why I'm not a fan of just you pay one subscription, I'm generally not a fan of the subscription model, the all-you-can-eat content, that buffet style. Like if I was putting out stuff that cost me quite a bit to develop, I don't want to sell it a la carte. I wouldn't want to do it like a buffet, all you can eat. All you can eat works if you're something like that's tough. It's actually really tough to make work. If you're thinking like Netflix, it works. But look at how Netflix started. Look at how many originals they have now. And when that all started. At a certain point, they had enough cash flow. Okay, we've got all these deals to show other people's content. Licensing deals. And then, okay, we've got enough money. Let's start producing our own. Because other people are like, oh, Hulu wants to also get in on that. Prime Video wants to get in on that. You gotta produce original stuff. And what you're doing is all original content. I think a la carte is the way to go. You never show question mark? Of course I should. Everything's for sale. Keyword. Yeah, so I have DMs open on all platforms because I want the feedback. Like, what are you interested in seeing? And then a follow-up. The follow-up is always, what's your willingness to pay? So essentially working on a commission. And if it's something that has broader appeal, or really whatever it is, my whole shtick is, okay, it's gonna, let me see if I can kill this. If it'll work. Is it still, it's probably still popping, right? But I'm gonna try to delete all of this right now. Clear my recycling bin. My trash can. Empty it. Empty it. There are some pushes in progress. Wait a bit. See if it clears up. See if we can clear the air. Is it working out? Okay, let's listen in real quick. Still popping. It's popping at this moment. Yeah, it is. Oh, what about this? Now will it pop? Less, more, I don't know. Let's test. Keep on listening. Okay, now it's good. It cleared up. Good. I think I know what it was. I think I know what the problem was. And I didn't need to do all of that. All right. The more you know. Anyways, okay. Brandon, I mean, I know you're a straight guy, but I think your target demo might be gay guys with disposable income. That's not a PG audience, indeed. Not really PG. I mean, you can do some stuff that's like, you know, people are into all sorts of stuff, and like, I'm not here to judge. And at first, it was just like, give away everything for free all the time. That's not sustainable. Try that. It helps. It was a good confidence booster. It'll make me think, all right, if I do this next thing, it might just work. But yeah, I recognize. I look at, say, my Instagram account. I can see a breakdown by gender. When I last looked of my Instagram following, 81% male, 19% female. So you're right. And you're right about this. If you give it away for free, people won't pay probably. The 1%. I don't know, you may have heard me talking about this. It's the 1%. Targeting the 1% of the 1%. Those are the people that really help things go on. Okay, so how do you broaden the appeal a bit? So one is, as you suggested, commissions, filling requests. So I have some requests that I'll fill. Other monetization avenues, memorabilia, that's big. Artifacts. And then there's the subscription model. And that's the, that one's really, really important. Everyone out there is chasing monthly recurring revenue. I won't go into why. It's, you probably already know why. But I want to chase that too. So subscriptions are important. And that's where this next piece comes in, the Patreon. I think the value add there, it's going to be some status, special status, if you commit to joining my Discord server. But then on top of that, access to brain pickings. And just logs. For people who are into that. I don't want to just like take people's money and then not give them anything for it. That's not fair. I wouldn't just, if I was in a position where, okay, I give this money to this, whatever, this entity, and I never get anything in return, I'd be upset. I wouldn't do it. You do it once, like, maybe I get something. Nothing comes back. Try again, nothing. No third time. Subscriptions are the true monthly recurring. It's all subbed. That's why people are spinning up these OnlyFans accounts. But there are problems with that platform too. I was just talking about this yesterday, reading horror stories about OnlyFans refusing to release payments. You always end up with this. On the web, there's always this chargeback problem. So it's really big. Really big. Yep, right now. That's why DMs are open. I read them all. In fact, there's one I like to respond to. That's why I grabbed this keyboard. But now my computer's freed up, everything's calm. One, let me fix up the donate page. Two, there's an issue here. But it's a very minor issue. I'm not going to sweat it right now. Three, let me respond to these DMs. But first, before I do that, one more. I'm going to go ahead and respond, actually. I want to learn more. Oh, wait, take off your shirt. Do it. I'm fat. I keyed. I did have a good meal today. Nice. Nice to get something real to eat. But there you have it. And I don't have any price lists anywhere. I'm always going to ask, what is your willingness to pay? Over time, I'll develop a clearer understanding of what the market looks like. It's no rush. You know, we're just taking baby steps. Trying to get a stable footing. And from there, move on. Because I know I can't do this forever. You know I can't do this forever. Eventually you get sick and tired of listening to me. If I don't have something new for you, something new to share. There's only so much skin. It only stays elastic for so long. And I started late. Or did I? Oh boy. It's a thing. Oh man. Is it a problem if you take off shirt? No, it's not a problem. There's plenty of content out there already where I don't have my shirt on. It's just cold in here. I think it's past the time where I set a sleeping thermostat setting that's different from the, I'm at home and I'm awake. I could change it. I could change it so that it stays a little warmer. It's getting cooler. Right now it's going to get cooler and cooler inside the house until it's like 64 degrees. At that point, I'll probably put on a jacket. Because it's important to be comfortable. Anyhow, Brandon, you were saying, I know there's a Twitch gamer I watch, it's Timmy or something like that incorporates different memes / GIFs in the stream, and I don't care if it's your personality, but it entertains me. Personality is huge. Fucking huge. Thank you, Superman. And it's not, no, I mean, you don't even have to slide in DMs or something like that. The DMs it's commissions. It's commissions and then other stuff. Stuff that hopefully isn't already answered on my site. Yeah, quick talk here. Hello. Hey, I see you now. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can.
That's good. Tell me about your grandmother.
So she was going to be 65 on the 23rd. She had COPD since 2009. And she was diagnosed with CHF in February. And in September, my youngest uncle, or her youngest son, passed away.
Oh no.
In suicide.
Fuck.
And a little bit after that, she was diagnosed with endometriosis. And then she was put on hospice because of her COPD, which is a terminal illness. She was on hospice since February when she was diagnosed with CHF. And she was doing pretty good. I mean, besides her having to be on oxygen, she was still, mobile. She, wasn't bedridden or anything. She was just an odd case for hospice, because hospice is usually for people who are, already on their way out or their deathbed.
Yeah, it's like 6 months to a year type thing, right?
Yeah. So she had actually been on hospice since February. And then when she got diagnosed with cancer, she kind of freaked out a little bit. She's like, oh, I'm as good as dead. We all talked to her, tried to be her support system, and got her to understand that, she could still survive from time. People survive with, cancer and AIDS and all kinds of stuff. Nowadays, medicine advancing towards that. And then she finally moved back in with my mom from New Mexico because she was staying with a sister. And then this was the beginning of December. So December 1st, she moved in with my mom. My mom got a 3-bedroom apartment. And my mom took her to the doctor last Monday.
Fuck.
And she told my mom, she's like, oh, I wanna, because I work at the hospital, and I told them what to do, and I was like, well, you guys can get networked with, the radiologists and the doctors here at work, and, we can get a plan of action to get her the surgery she needs. The main concern was that with her COPD, there was a really good chance that we could lose her.
Right.
Doing the surgery. She wouldn't wake up after being anesthetized. And so she was like, well, I'd rather take the chance, And then, so that was Monday last week. And then, Tuesday was good, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, my mom did say that all that week she'd been kind of, actually ever since they went to the doctor, that Monday she'd been kind of like having like dreams or talking in her dreams to people that had passed away, like her late husband, other people, and she'd wake up kind of like in a daze. And then my mom said that Thursday or Friday didn't really want to eat much or drink much. I think that was Friday. And they had just replaced her mattress. She had like the hospital beds.
Mm-hmm.
Replaced her mattress. She was a bigger woman, so she was always complaining about, being uncomfortable or about having pain. And so they replaced her mattress with the air mattress.
Mm-hmm.
She was sitting on the edge of the bed like she always did. She had they're called chucks in the hospital, but it's like a mat, like a little, think of it like a little pee pad. Mm-hmm. And so she'd have those under her when she was laying down, and one of them, I guess, slipped down to her foot. And when she applied pressure to scoot herself back, she slipped and she fell sitting down. So she fell on her bottom. Mm-hmm. And, she didn't hurt herself or anything. My mom couldn't pick her up because she's 300 pounds. And so they called the fire department. This was on Friday the 13th. Called the fire department. They came, helped her up. And then her hospice nurse came. So this was at 5 o'clock in the morning. Her hospice nurse came around 11, 12, and my grandma was complaining about a little bit of pain. And so the nurse gave my grandma Tramadol and some I can't remember the medicine, but it was a anti-anxiety medicine. It's called a benzodiazepine or something like that. And she, my grandma was fine. This was at 12. At 3 o'clock, the tech that usually bathes my grandma came. And she said my grandma was asleep. She'd bathe her on Monday. And then around 4:30, my mom went and checked on her. I was at a restaurant. I was going to have pho. And my mom, and I was on the phone with T-Mobile because I was asking about an error that was on my account. And my mom called me once, and I was like, okay. So I ignored it because I was on the phone.
Sure.
She called me again right after that.
Right.
Okay. So I texted her, and I was like, Mom, I'm on the phone. What's going on? And she took forever to text me. Finally, she texted me. She's like, well, your grandma's unconscious, or your grandma's non-responsive on her bed. And as soon as she told me that, I hung up with T-Mobile, and I was like, I told them, I was like, I gotta go. I'm like, my mom just told me my grandma's not responsive. So I turn on my hazards, and I'm doing 80 down a small street here in Dallas, and then I told my mom I'd be there as soon as I could. So from 4:30 to 4:45, my grandma was not really breathing sufficient oxygen.
Right.
And I told my mom, I'm like, well, call an ambulance. She's like, well, hospice told me not to. Which makes sense because hospice is not in the business of saving people. They're trying to make people comfortable on their way out.
Yep.
But that being said, my grandma was a distinct case.
Yeah.
And so they told my mom to wait until they showed up. And when I showed up before them, 15, 20 minutes later, so it was 4:45, 4:50. And I told my mom to check my grandma's heart rate or her pulse and her oxygen before I got there because I called her. And she said her oxygen was at 0. Her heart rate was at 110. And so when I got there, I checked her pulse and her oxygen again. Her pulse was at 110, 112, and her oxygen was at 0 still. Because of CPR, and she's 300 and something pounds. One, I couldn't lay her on a flat surface. Two, she still had a pulse, so I'm like, do I start CPR? Do I not? My training says if they don't have a pulse, start compressions.
Right.
So I'm like, well, I didn't know what to do, and all I'm seeing is my grandma basically deprived of oxygen.
Yeah.
I tell my mom, I'm like, we'll call hospice again and tell them that, they're not here. I'm going to call an ambulance. Mm-hmm. I call an ambulance. By this time, it's 5 o'clock. So my grandma's been 30 minutes without oxygen.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm thinking. And I call the ambulance. They show up maybe 10, 15 minutes later. So at this point, we're at 45 minutes without oxygen. And they took my grandma, and I told them to take her to the hospital where I work, just because I know all the faculty and everybody there. And I took my time to go to the hospital, and I didn't want to, because I knew what the outcome was. Like, I told my mom, like, well, even if an infant is the strongest human being there is. If an infant were to be deprived of oxygen for 45 minutes, they wouldn't survive. You'd need certain perfect conditions for them to survive. It'd have to be, at like freezing temperatures, underwater, and they probably still wouldn't survive. Like, so if that's the case, like, my grandma's not making it back from this. And so when we got to, and I yelled at her nurse, because her nurse finally showed up. And I was like, what medication did you give my grandma today? And that's what she told me. She's like, I gave her a tramadol and a benzo. I was like, you overloaded her system. Mike, that was too much for her. I'm like, she's one, COPD, and two, she can't metabolize that medicine like that. And she's like, no, it doesn't have that kind of reaction. I'm like, yes, it does. I'm like, tramadol does not act the same way with everybody. Like, there's some people where it's an upper and they'll be running around like they want to take over the world. And there's some people where it'll put them in a daze and put them in a coma. Like, it all depends on the chemical breakdown of your body. Like, because it's a type of medicine that deals with pain dependent on how you have to have a chemical in your body that breaks it down. It's a reactive medicine. And she's like, no, it wasn't that. And then, she left. And sure enough, when I got to the hospital, finally around 10, 11, because this all happened, like I said, 5, in the period of 5:30 to 6. The doctors were explaining to my mom, and I was there, and they were explaining to my aunt, because everybody was there. And he's like, Abel's probably right. It may have been the tramadol and the benzo that were too much for her, that were the icing on the cake. But then he also shared with us that her pH was very low, and your body lowers a pH to a low amount only when it's severely trying to defend itself or help itself. It's a worst case scenario. He didn't share with us anything other than that, but she did have cancer. So I'm thinking that may have started taking a toll. Maybe the cancer was starting to spread to her kidneys or something. I don't know.
Sure.
Because they did a CT scan, confirmed that my grandma, in fact, had hip problems and other issues. But that was that day. It was the longest night ever, because that Friday night she was on high flow oxygen all night. She was, at first they started her off on like 12 liters of oxygen, 15 liters of oxygen on a non-rebreather. They could barely get her to set to like 80, 75. And they put her on a high flow concentration nasal cannula, which basically completely encompasses your nose. And they started pushing like 35 liters of oxygen. Finally, they got her to set at like 82, 83, no higher than that. They put a CPAP, and that would barely get her past 80. Didn't help that she has a DNR, so that's really all they could do. But then at some point in the night, she started vomiting, and that's due to them basically just pumping her stomach air. Then every time that she would vomit, they would have to, suction her mouth. But every time they would do that, they'd have to remove the oxygen source. And when they did that, she always desat to like 60s, 50s. But her heart rate stayed at about 100 all night long. I told my mom, like, I'm worried she's going to stroke out on us. And then around 6 a.m., finally I dozed off between 4 and 6. And the doctor, one of the nurses comes and wakes me up, and she gives me, because I fell asleep in front of the emergency room, and she gives me the phone, and she's like, the doctor wants to talk to you. And the doctor had already pulled me aside. He's like, numbers aren't looking good. He's like, I'm sure you know this. I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, have you guys looked into possibly, at some point transitioning to comfort care? Basically giving her some morphine and not having to watch her, deprived of oxygen, and she just quietly goes out. I was like, well, yeah, it is, but I have to explain it to my family.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't just solely make a decision.
Sure.
And so I told my aunt, she's like, no, well, she tries to cry. Well, no, she's like, she tries to, let us know that she'll move her hands, or she'll like complain that she's in pain or something. I'm like, the body does that whenever you're kind of at the end. She's like, no, look, and she was just trying to rationalize it. My grandma was still here. Like I told her, I'm like, yeah. My grandma, I called her Mo. I'm like, Mo's been without oxygen for almost an hour today. Like, that's when I got to realize, I'm like, there's no one in the world who could survive with that being the case. Mike, so at some point we're gonna have to transition her to the floor, and we're gonna have to, possibly go with comfort care. Just watch her peacefully, leave us.
Right.
And she's like, I understand. She kind of lost it a little bit. My mama understood because I told her from the get-go, as soon as the doctor told me. And so I told the doctor that, whenever they were ready, whenever they got a room, because unfortunately our hospital's at capacity because it is a county hospital. And whenever they got a room, like around 7:30, 7:40, they woke me up. Well, I wasn't asleep, but they told me, like, hey, we're going to take her up to the floor. And so respiratory, escorts her up to the room, and we all go. And they asked us to wait in, like, the waiting area while they get her situated in the room. And,
excuse me.
Bless you.
Thanks.
And then the nurse comes and gets us, and me and her start walking ahead of everybody, and I tell the nurse, I'm like, what's my grandma's oxygen setting in? She's like, the low 50s.
Mm.
Like, what's her heart rate? She's like, mid 60s.
Mm.
And I was like, okay. So at that point, I already knew, fortunately, once your heart rate gets under, if it gets anywhere close to that, what it was, you're as good as gone. And so everybody gets into the room. Of course, nobody heard this information. Nobody was really paying attention because, fortunately, most of my family doesn't know how to read the vitals on a vital machine or a monitor. So they all sit down and they're kind of chit-chatting amongst each other, reminiscing. And I get them all to calm down, and I'm like, hey guys, just want you to know that Mo's heart rate is at 68 dropping. And, I'm trying to keep my composure. As I'm saying that, it's dropping steadily to 50s, 40s. And then, that's when I tell everybody, I'm like, I don't think she's going to make it. And after I said that, it hit 0.
Mm.
But yeah, that's about 8 o'clock Saturday.
It's rough.
Yeah. It sucks because it wasn't really expected. And I was in the process of moving back in with my mom just because, my rent's gone up, and this apartment's not worth what they're wanting. So I'm on the waiting list for another apartment. And so I was going to go live with my mom for the time being and, just move out whenever I got my other apartment. And then I was going to be living in my mom's stepdaughter's room for the time being. But now I end up getting my grandma's room.
Were you guys pretty close?
Yeah, I was the firstborn grandson.
Yeah, so naturally.
And then I was the spoiled one for the longest.
Oh, yeah.
But, I'm the one that gave her the name. Like, in Spanish, it doesn't even have a meaning. It's just Mo, which is M-O. My boyfriend told me that Mo means something in Filipino, but I can't remember what it means. But, as far as I can remember, I'm the one that named her Mo. But, I had paid her cell phone since 2012. And I told my mom, I'm like, well, great. Now I have 3 cell phones because I have an extra one because I helped somebody out like a few years ago. They just stopped paying on it. So I was like, whatever. But it just sucks. All Saturday, I just kept beating myself up because I kept thinking, what if I had just started CPR?
Right.
But at that point, no matter what, it was still too late. She'd already been 15 minutes without oxygen. But
Do you think CPR is the right move? With the heart still beating?
I would have probably broken some ribs. So in her case, no. It wouldn't have done anything, but it would have given me a little bit of peace of mind. I'm fine now, but that's all I kept thinking at first. I was like,
right.
Maybe I could have done something. Maybe, instead of waiting for, hospice to show up or...
Sure. Yeah, as first responder and you have training, you should be able to get into action right away.
Yeah.
And you're going to kick yourself over that. That's understandable. But now that you've had some time, and I know this all just happened, but you've had some time to think on it. If not CPR, then what's the right move?
There wasn't in her case.
What about the bag?
The bag?
Forcing air into the lungs.
She was on oxygen. She had her nasal cannula, but even then, because of the time frame, because she'd already been 15 minutes without oxygen.
Yeah.
There's not really anything if I had gotten there on time, yeah, I could have maybe not done compressions, but I could have done breaths.
Right.
At a minute interval or something, but
maybe
or 30-second intervals, but no. I guess the reason I was beating myself up was because, one, I couldn't get there sooner.
Sure.
And 2, it's my grandma.
Yeah, of course. It's not just somebody off the street.
Yeah, I just felt like I should have been able to help her, been able to do something.
Yeah, I hear you. So I don't know too much about it. That's why I ask about the bag. If I was ever faced with this situation, would bagging help?
No. To be honest with you, you'd be better off just doing compressions and breaths.
Okay, so I guess CPR was maybe the right move.
But
okay.
The reason I didn't do anything was because at that point I was already at 15 minutes.
Yep.
I couldn't do it myself, and I didn't have a team to be able to lay my grandma on a flat surface.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't want to end up pulling her and hurting her even more.
Right. Time's really important.
Unfortunately, that was the main thing that we had already elapsed over.
So I was reading what you wrote. How come she didn't have health insurance? I mean, not health, life insurance.
That's a good question. I don't know. Actually started looking into it in February when she was diagnosed with CHF.
Yeah.
So I was gonna have done it myself and just get her a plan.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody was asking for like $100 plus a month.
Right. Yeah, the premiums.
Because she's a high risk patient.
Absolutely.
And they would put her on a 18-month probation period. And I mean, we had already kind of thought that my grandma wasn't. She just took her toy away from me. I was playing with Kira's toy and she just smashed it out of my hand. But my grandma wasn't going to be around for maybe more than a year.
Sure.
Year and a half.
So the 18 months didn't make sense.
I was like, well, it's going to be before the 18 months. Worst case scenario,
Sure.
Best case scenario, she'd be here forever,
Right.
That's what I'd like to. But at that point, either they would give me a prorated amount of what I paid, or they'd just be like, oh, tough luck,
Right. Thanks for the money. Thanks for coughing out.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
And since I was going to be the only one paying it, it's like, that's a hefty price to pay, and then at the end, still not be able to use it for anything.
Okay.
That's the only reasoning I have. Why she didn't have
makes sense. It makes sense.
I have no idea.
I hear you. That was,
and then,
because
mom,
you had written it, I had to ask.
Oh, no problem. And then my mom told me, because instantly I thought, well, I'll do a GoFundMe, and, my friends on Facebook will donate, a little bit here or there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'll put the money to that. But then my mom's like, well, they told me that I need all the money by Thursday, that the funeral home said that. I was like, that's not the way they do business. Oh my God, excuse me. I'm sure you can give them some amount, and then they give you a certain amount of time to pay the rest. But I don't think anybody can just cough up $3,800. Because at first it was going to be 20. She had gone to one, and it was going to be 28. And then because she went to go see that one, in the parking area and where it was located was not adequate for the amount of people that are going to be, viewing my grandma. And so she went with this other one, but then they told my mom, they didn't tell her how much, but they told her that there could be an additional fee if, depending on the size of my grandma. Again, my grandma was a big woman. She was easily over 300 pounds.
Mm.
And it's not bedtime. And so once they found out that my grandma was 300 plus, they called my mom back and they're like, well, it's going to be $1,000 more. And so it jumped from the 27 to 37 or 38.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, the good thing is we have about 2,000 right now. There's still a little bit trickling in. But
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, at this point, I was like, I don't know him. I mean, I'm just, to be honest with you, I'm just desperate at this point. I'm just asking people if they want to donate.
Sure.
I absolutely hate asking people. I'm an only child, so I've kind of always done everything by myself. My mom was a single mother, so I've always done everything by myself. I've lived on my own since I was 19.
Mm.
And so I was like, well, at this point, what's the worst that can happen? He says no, and back to just trying to take care of my grandma,
Yeah. So the goal amount here on the page says 3,000, but you said that you guys already had 2,000 saved. Uh-oh. fucking technology. I swear. We'll try again. We had a disconnection. Something must have come up. Just another place on the internet. Oh, Thomas. The least I can do is ask what's going on. You know? Maybe well, I won't question. I won't speculate. Question, I'll always question. Yeah, that's what I figured. Phone died. Okay. I guess you're on a charger now.
Well, I had connected to the charger, but I was charging my iPad earlier.
Yeah.
So I disconnected my phone charger and never reconnected it.
That's okay.
And I connected my charger on my phone, and I was like, oh, okay, it's charging, and then it died, and I was like, oh, shit. But, what were you saying?
Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna try and, let's try this. Maybe this will help. It'll go... Okay. So, where were we? Oh yeah, okay. So you said that you guys had about 2,000 that you could already throw down towards it?
Yeah.
And then the rest, I'm looking at your GoFundMe page right now. It's at 255 out of 3,000. So
yeah,
the difference that you need to make up is 1,800, right? Because your family has about 2,000 that you can already put towards it. So I guess 3,000 is the goal.
What we really need is 3,800, but I just put up the GoFundMe 3,000 because you never really get what you're looking for.
Yeah, of course.
And then GoFundMe takes out their cut.
They do take out a cut. What do they take out? It's
30 cents per donation, and then it's a percentage.
A percentage.
Yeah, it's so out of every dollar that's donated, they take 30 cents.
Okay. Yeah.
So you get 70 cents for every dollar.
I see.
And then they still take like a percentage or something.
All right.
It's kind of stupid. But yeah, so I think it's like 210 on GoFundMe. Then on Facebook, one of my friends gave me 100.
Oh, okay. It's two separate things. Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's 310.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, I won't get that until Saturday, the 21st. But nonetheless, it's 310. My mom has about, I think, 1,900.
Will Facebook take money out of what people send you?
No, they don't. But that's why I sent the one for Google, because that way people could just send it to Google Pay.
Okay.
And I could just give that, because tomorrow is Wednesday. We're going to just go and try to give the most that we can to the funeral home tomorrow.
Right.
And then just try to see how long they'll wait for us for the rest. Hopefully we'll be able to come up with that. And then by the 21st, I should have another $300 that comes out of the combined GoFundMe and Facebook.
Okay.
So that's...
And remind me again, what day is the memorial set?
The 20th, which is Friday.
Okay. Everything's coming up. It's all very fast. Okay.
So that's about 2210 total that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the total, it's 3,800.
Yeah.
1,600.
All right. Well, I'll do what I can.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, any little bit counts. I mean, that's
where I am right now is, how I've been trying to get my own footing for a pretty long time. And so I'm still very much figuring things out, but I'll try to help how I can.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, how are you doing after your trip? Like, you got your dog back, right?
Oh yeah, I did get my dog back. Yep.
That was, I mean, from what I read, that was crazy. Like, that's one hell of a night.
Yeah, it was rough. It was definitely rough. But
well, good thing you're safe and everything worked out.
Yeah, we both made it back here in one piece. I lost a lot of stuff, and so I'm still in a hole for the stuff. But there's still more that I can do on my own end in order to try to get out of that hole. And really,
when you say stuff, what do you mean? Like
property, a lot of valuables.
Or like,
No. I mean, like filling out paperwork.
Oh.
Trying to get what I can back. I detailed it all in a blog post, and then now there's some stuff that I need to do. Just insurance claims, and hopefully some of those get approved, and I'll have some money that I can use to offset the losses. But off of insurance, even if everything goes through, it's still quite a big loss.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, when I say I'm trying to get stable footing, I mean like I haven't had a sustainable position for a long time. I've been eating into savings, So I've also been thinking about how to do things here to meet my needs and then have some surplus. So for me, individually, it's very challenging to say, well, hey, well, here's $100 to help. But again, I'll do what I can.
Yeah, I mean, even $10 is fine. I mean, it's not, anything is better than nothing.
Yeah. But
I mean, even listen, like, this is gonna sound, but I mean it. Even just hearing me out and listening to me today was, still very, very meaningful. I haven't really. The only person I've been talking to is my boyfriend, and he also wants to, donate. He's like, well, when I get my bonus, I'll donate it. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm like, you being there for me. It sucks because he's in Arizona right now, but I'm like, it doesn't matter. You're still, sitting there being my anchor, and that's worth way more to me than you trying to give me money to help me with this. Fortunately, you don't have it right now, so it's fine.
Right.
But sometimes we just need somebody to talk to. So
yeah,
completely understandable.
That's a bit of it. I mean, for me, it's just I want to understand what happened, and I see it now. So I appreciate your sharing. Again, I'll do what I can.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say is thank you, and thanks for letting me talk to you and share with you my story.
I try to stay accessible for a reason, right?
Yeah. I guess, good luck and everything you're doing, and hopefully, your insurance things come through and you can get what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, I have some faith.
How did the whole adult industry thing pan out, or how did that even go?
What part of it?
Well, the video that you showed that one time, how did that, had you been working on something like that, or did that just kind of come out of nowhere, or?
Which video are we talking about?
The one where it was you and the other Asian guy?
Yeah, the scene?
Yeah.
There was some lead up to it. I talked about it. It was something that was on the calendar. It was something that I was working towards. No, I set the wheels in motion like a couple of months before the shoot actually took place. But it was something that I was looking forward to.
Is that gonna pan out into maybe something? Or
Though in 2020, they indicated they'll invite me back out there. They would like to, and then on the next trip out to LA, I could expect to do. They'd like to set me up to do a couple of shoots during a single trip out there, so I'd at least come back with some money in my pocket. It wouldn't all be eaten up by airfare and testing fees.
well, just be careful on your next trip. Like they say, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. But provided that we learn from it, it makes us stronger.
Yeah, you gotta learn.
Don't know.
Got to learn. But thank you for your well wishes. Sorry about this recent loss for your family. I know it's tough. Like not too long ago, I also lost my grandmother. My mom, not my mom's side, my dad's side.
How long ago was that?
It was for us June, May, June.
Wow.
I have the date down somewhere, but it's not like I committed to memory. I don't need to carry it around. It's in the cloud.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's part of life, man.
Yeah, I mean that's what I tell my mom. Like it hurts that my grandma's gone, and but she'd been suffering for so long. It seems that the good thing is that she no longer has to suffer.
Yep.
And that's basically my outlook now on death. Like it sounds so wrong to say it, but it's the truth that this world is a mess. I mean,
yep.
Everybody says that you're gonna go to hell or you're gonna go to heaven, and I like to think we are in hell. I mean, this world is an absolute mess. And those of us that aren't, able to make it or at least somewhat survive when you pass away due to sometimes people have psychological issues or sometimes people just have sickness and they're suffering day to day.
Yep.
Sometimes we don't even know. And once they're gone, they don't have to suffer no more.
Indeed.
That's my look on that.
Maybe you'll keep on changing. Maybe that's as far as you go, right? Maybe you hit the truth.
Who knows?
But we'll be in touch. I'll let you know when I've made some moves. Again,
Thanks,
I'll
man.
do what I can.
And again, like I said, just thank you. It's nice chatting with you.
Hey, same to you. Even if it's at this time.
Okay. Bye. Take care.
All right. Sleep well.
You too.
Bye-bye. Can you hear okay? Can you hear okay, or was it fucking up? Because I had some feedback suggesting things were fucking up. I don't know if it's, technical issues or that were across all platforms or if it was just the one. It's tough for me to diagnose this shit in the middle of it. Okay, here, perfect. That's what I'm hoping for. Thank you, Brandon, for that feedback. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. New business. First, I want to take a bio break. I need that for myself. And secondly, why are we having issues here? I don't see any reason why there should be an issue. It looks fine to me. It's weird. I'll answer your questions, Brandon. Take a look over the log, see if I missed anything. I'll be right back. With the jacket. Also, Thomas, Paul's fine. See? Are you fine? Are you in one piece? Here for the abuse. Alright. I'll be right back. You know what it is? It was the beans. It's gotta be the beans. That's what's doing it. I said I would be back with a jacket. Come. And I am a man of my word, so I've returned with the jacket. Alright. He's a big-hearted guy. That whiner took advantage. How so, Thomas? How so? And I do need sleep at some point. You're cute if you don't want the baba. Odd blink rate. Are you okay? A bit. And do I need sleep? Yes. Frightening? Sometimes things are frightening. Merciful God is going to be fascinating. You're a saint. I try. Damn it. Brandon, if you're still here, you made the statement. I think it's normal to question if you could have done anything else, but there really wasn't anything he could have done. It's too long without oxygen, indeed. And it is a very normal response. What could I have done differently? How could things have changed? As far as, do I know the guy well? No. I've exchanged some messages in the past, but this is my first time that I spoke with him. He followed up and he said, I think it doesn't have to be financial support if you can't afford it. I also think his boyfriend is in more of a position to give than you may be. You'd hope so. If you choose your partners carefully, then they can help you. They can really help you, not just emotional safety net, but also financial. Best case, right? Either that or they don't support you at all emotionally, but they give you money and then you go elsewhere for your emotional support needs. There's all sorts of stuff out there. People find themselves in many troubled relationships. Okay. You took Paul to the coast? Yes. He went out with me to San Diego. Thomas, I wrote a blog post about San Diego. I did not do a terrible amount of publicizing that I'd written this post, but during that period where I was writing it, I spent a lot of time just making sure that the record was objectively correct. I took notes throughout my visit, and then afterwards, this particular incident, the loss event. Oh shoot. Free? Well, I suppose I can be. Give me one moment. I'm going to move as quickly as I can. Okay. We'll return to all the rest of this. In fact, you may want to... actually, no, it should be okay. Should be okay. How are you? Been waiting? Thank you. Thank you for your patience. So, let's move fast. Da, 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 and